What's going on out there, peeps? Man, there's like a million things going on right now all at one time. People will ask me, Pimpy, how do you know about a lot of these things? I mean, because I don't see what you see. And I said, it's in the news every day, man. But, you know, it's the mainstream media. Sometimes you just got to put the puzzle pieces together to understand what's going on. When the WEF, said that you'll own nothing and you'll be happy, they meant it. A lot of people said they're not going to be able to get our homes. They're already getting them. Most people aren't even aware of this. Before we get started, do me a favor and hit the thumbs up button. And if you're not a subscriber, please do so, because when you do, it helps out the channel, and I certainly do appreciate it. If you're thinking about buying gold, silver, or any other precious metals, head on over to our friends at Money Metals Exchange. The link is down below in the description, or just type in www.moneymetals.com/Pimpy. If you make a purchase when you follow that link, you will automatically be entered for a chance to win 10 free silver ounces. So get started today, and hopefully your stack will start to look like this real soon. So head on over, tell them Pimpy sent you. You can follow me over on other platforms. I do have my own group over on Facebook called Pimpy's Investment Chat. Over here, we do talk about gold, silver, cryptocurrencies, as well as foreign currency investments. So head on over here and join us. It's free to do so. In here, I do post updates. If I should get on suspension from YouTube or get removed from YouTube and you want to know what happened to me, I'll let you know right here in this group. I can be found on Twitter, MeWe, YouTube, and the cool thing about YouTube, if you come over here and you join and you find my channel, I got videos going back, I believe, a couple years. So if you want to see some older videos that I have on Jacera, gold, silver, cryptos, come on over here and join. Look me up and check out my videos. You can also find me on Odyssey. Catch me on Rumble. When I say that the links for all these are down below in the description, some of you don't know what I'm talking about. It's real simple. Just go down to the bottom right here of any of my videos. See this? This is the description. Hit show more. And there are all the links to all the platforms I just spoke about. So if you do want to head on over to Money Metals, just click it. And there you are. So come on over. Join us. I look forward to having you. Okay, so I was talking about how fast the news cycle continues to change. And it's done that way on purpose. There's so many distractions out there. People are missing what's happening right in front of their face. Let me show what I'm talking about here. Fed's Bullard sees 2 more interest rate hikes needed in 2023 to cool prices. So if they actually do 2 more rate hikes, a couple of things. Hopefully you have gold and silver, because the rate hikes are going to affect the gold and silver market. A lot of people are asking, why do you suppose they're raising the interest rates when people are struggling right now? Wouldn't it make sense to keep them low? And I say, oh yeah, of course that would make sense. But here's really the bigger issue. Why are they raising interest rates? Well, if you have an adjustable mortgage loan and the higher the feds hike the interest rates, you know, you have to pay more on your house, and a lot of people can't afford it. So they're either selling their houses or their houses are being lost to foreclosures. The same is happening to cars. The same with commercial real estate. The same with credit cards. I mean, you end up paying more because of the rate hikes. So now they're talking about doing 2 more rate hikes. I can't help but feel like this is done on purpose to really just price people out of their homes. A lady was telling me that she was paying just under $500 a month, but for some reason now she's closer to $900. Now my first thought was, what the hell happened to your mortgage? Because why would it jump up that much? I could see if she was up maybe around $600, maybe paying a little more than $600, but not that much. So you guys just pay attention to your mortgages. There's no reason for you guys to be paying that high. Your mortgage payment should not double. But if you scroll down here real quick, you'll see policymakers raised rates aggressively since early last year, bringing them a range of 5% to 5.25% from near zero. So yeah, that'll definitely put a little dent in your pocketbook. And, you know, there were some people already struggling as it was. They are not working. Some people are having a hard time finding jobs. People are having a hard time making ends meet. You're paying too much for food now. I mean, this economy is just screwed up. Anyways, back to the bigger picture. So this jump in the interest rates is affecting the real estate market. So who do we say would benefit from a real estate crash? You'll own nothing and you'll be happy. is going to be ugly. The CEO has issued a dire warning about the U.S. real estate, saying areas would be destroyed. But he still likes this one niche, what it is and how to invest in it. So over there, that's talking about interest rates being raised. This guy's talking about the commercial real estate market. You can see it says the commercial real estate market is tumbling towards a crash that could be as devastating as the 2008 and 9 crisis, according to the CEO of a real estate investment firm. They go down here to list, there's a problem with the confidence in the stock market, of course, with cryptos as well, and that banks are crashing. Yeah, but this is all orchestrated. That's the issue. Once people wake up to this, the sooner the better, because then you guys can start raising hell. So if you come down just a little bit more, it says because of sky-high property prices and mortgage rates, renting has become the only option for a lot of Americans. You'll own nothing and you'll be happy. So I was just curious about who the top commercial real estate holders are. You have Aries right here, but if you scroll down, you got to look at who their stockholders are. Top 10 owners of Aries commercial real estate. Well, look, BlackRock. Anybody surprised? Vanguard, JP Morgan. Those very groups that are all part of the World Economic Forum. Prologis. If you scroll down, top 10 shareholders: Vanguard, BlackRock, JP Morgan. You're going to start seeing all of the names are pretty much the same. So they own shares in just about every major commercial real estate company. Simon Property only did a couple because if you go through the top 10, they're pretty much the same. Vanguard, BlackRock. So you could tell that what they're doing is finding ways to price people out of commercial real estate. So forget getting the business and push people out of housing and into renting. This headline should catch your attention. Nearly 75% of homes purchased in a Bay Area city were made by LLCs or trusts. It's a trend amongst the wealthy because you'll own nothing and you'll be happy. Only 2 of 12 properties on one block in this city over there in California are owned by individuals. The rest are owned by LLCs. So as people are being pushed out of the houses or can't afford them any longer, these companies are buying them. Now, this was supposed to stop because in the crisis of 2008 and 2009, the same thing happened. These big companies were buying up all the property and people pitched a fit about it. And then that was supposed to stop, but obviously it hasn't stopped. As a matter of fact, they're trying to make it easier for these corporations to continue buying up all the real estate. So 75% of home purchases. So if you think about it, what's going on is you have these Democrats and these Soros-backed DAs letting criminals out. So crime rate goes up. They're in there, they're shoplifting. Stores close, making it very inconvenient for people to live in these certain areas. So people are moving. It almost seems staged, if you get my drift. And then for some crazy reason, these corporations come by and they pick up the property cheap. Much cheaper than where it was. So the interest rates going up, stock market going down, crime going up in these major cities, stores getting looted, stores are closing, people are moving away from the city, houses are being bought up by these big corporations. Is it me or is there a pattern there? PacWest to sell real estate loans to Kennedy Wilson unit, shares jump. So what's happening is PacWest Bank Corp said on Monday it had agreed to sell a portfolio of 74 real estate construction loans with an aggregated principal outstanding balance of $2.6 billion to a unit of Kennedy Wilson Holdings. So PacWest is selling part of their portfolio over here to Kennedy Wilson Holdings. Kennedy Wilson Holdings, if you're scrolling down here, who are the shareholders? Vanguard, Soros Fund Management, BlackRock. Do you see a trend here? PIMCO, BlackRock call an end to an era of stable borrowing cost. So bond market titans BlackRock, Pacific Investment Management, and Vanguard Group are warning that recent violent swings in U.S. Treasuries are only the beginning of a new era of volatility that's here to stay until central banks conquer the inflation. Well, how do you conquer inflation? You raise it, you raise the interest rates. Since there's a lot of people that pay attention to what companies like Vanguard and BlackRock say because they're investors into them and they have huge portfolios themselves, just like JP Morgan, they can control the markets just by putting out articles like this. They can cause a scare in one area, causing the price to drop down in another, in which they take advantage of it, or they can cause a scare in another area, causing the price to go up for whatever reason. You know, they manipulate the markets. So again, you raise the interest rate, the cost of the home start to go up if you have an adjustable interest rate and you don't have a fixed one. Just like your car loan will go up if you don't have a fixed interest rate. Your credit cards go up. So every time the feds hike their rate, home loans go up, car loans go up, and so do your credit cards, putting people further into debt. They're forced to sell things. They're forced to get rid of their cars. So now they can't go to work. Then they can't pay their mortgage payments. Then they foreclose on their house, or they end up selling their house, and it's below market. How did all this happen? Well, it's staged, of course. So you see what I'm talking about. Pimpy, how do you think they're trying to force us into the central bank digital currency? I go, most people will go voluntarily. They're like, no way. I go, sure. They're going to start offering universal basic income. In other words, they're going to give you free money. Who is going to be able to resist that? Stimulus update, new proposal could give Americans monthly $1,200 checks. And who do you suppose has to pay that back? So Ilhan Omar voiced her opinion on supporting two proposals which could benefit millions of American families. The first would provide income floor for everyone in the face of inequality. Notice they use those words all the time. Equity, inequality, stakeholders. These are all World Economic Forum terminology that they use all the time. Get everybody depending on the government. The more of you who depend on the government, then the more control they have over you. They're just going to tell you, well, if you want your money, then you're going to do this or else. People are going to do it because they start to rely on the government. Stop taking these handouts from the government. Sure, who doesn't want money? Think about the longer, dire consequences of doing that. So the universal basic income is here. The Support Act would ostensibly send about $1,200 per month to every adult and $600 per month for every child. So there goes. It's already happening. What do? They just make the cost of living so outrageous that you really can't afford to survive. They allow crime to increase. Property values go down. Stores are closed. Loss of jobs. Loss of business. It's very inconvenient for you. And if a place is too inconvenient, then you move. And these people are buying up the real estate everywhere on a discount because the neighborhoods are riddled with crime. So then the next move would be, well, you don't want to starve. You and your kids need food. They start getting you relying more on the government by giving you a universal basic income. Oh, good Lord, there has to be a huge false flag event coming up. Look at this. A 30-ton shipment of explosive chemicals traveling from Wyoming to California by rail disappeared en route. 30-ton shipment of explosives disappeared. How does 30 tons of explosives just disappear? This is crazy. A 30-ton shipment of ammonium nitrate disappeared from a rail car. The chemical is used to make both fertilizer and explosives. The chemical supplier said they thought the shipment, which was in pallet form, fell from a rail car. 30 tons just fell from a rail car. How is that even possible? So officials are investigating the disappearance of a 30-ton shipment of ammonium nitrate. Just think about the Oklahoma bomber. Remember how he took down the whole building by using the very thing that is now lost off that train? Can somebody say a future false flag in the making? So these things are actually not really talked about in mainstream media, and you can understand why. Especially this one here. At least 10 people killed in cartel shooting in Baja, California. Wow. So the cartel are coming into California, and they have been. They're crossing the borders because it's wide open. The cartel are, and those border cities are having a fight tooth and nail. So the cartel is here. They killed 10 people. Is the mainstream media talking about that? No. They're so eager to talk about the illegal immigrants coming over. But for some reason, when it comes to the cartel coming over, they're dead silent. So these are just some of the headlines that you're missing, and you can understand why. They're not going to talk about this. This just looks really bad because of the way they've been handling the border. So there you go. You guys let me know what you think. I'll look forward to your comments, and I'll get back at you later. I'm out.